cooperative. Beijing continues to coerce, to intimidate, and to make claims to the vast majority of the South China Sea, she said in a speech in Singapore, laying out her administration's foreign policy goals for Asia. Beijing's actions continue to undermine the rules-based order and threaten the sovereignty of nations. The United States stands with our allies and partners in the face of these threats. And as we heard earlier, she also defended President Joe Biden's decision to push ahead with the U.S. pullout from Afghanistan as courageous and right, and reiterated U.S. officials were laser focused on the chaotic evacuation from Kabul airport. After wrapping her visit to Singapore Tuesday, Harris heads to Vietnam.
In other news, BRP Antonio Luna and the Philippine Navy's new guided missile frigate has joined 2 Indian Navy ships in a maritime exercise at the West Philippine Sea on Monday. The BRP Antonio Luna guided missile destroyer, INS Ranvi J, D-55, and guided missile corvette INS Cora performed several operational maneuvers off the northwestern coast of Palawan. Naval Forces West, or NFW, Acting Commander Marine Colonel Antonio Mangroban Jr. in a statement said both navies were very much satisfied with the outcome of these interactions that focus on enhanced interoperability and collaboration. The Indian Navy ships were deployed to improve maritime security coordination with further nations, or partner nations rather, such as the Philippines, which India has had a long-standing relationship for 72 years. Since 1998, regular visits by Indian Navy vessels to the Philippines have highlighted the 2 maritime nation states' defense cooperation.
In other news, the last surviving senior Khmer Rouge leader denies responsibility for genocide committed for more than 40 years ago in Cambodia, insisting that his sole wish was for the country's sovereignty. Take a look.
វាសំខាន់ណាស់ចំពោះខ្ញុំជំរាបអស់លោកជាពិសេសជំរាបប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាថាមិនដែលពេលណាខ្ញុំនឹកឃើញចង់ប្រព្រឹត្តអក្រិតកម្មប្រឆាំងនឹងបងប្អូនរួមជាតិឯងនោះទេទោះបីអស់លោកសម្រាប់យ៉ាងណាក៏ដោយខ្ញុំនឹងត្រូវស្លាប់នៅក្នុងគុកខ្ញុំស្លាប់ទៅហើយចងចាំជានិច្ចទុក្ខសោកវេទនារបស់ប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាខ្ញុំស្លាប់ទៅដោយសង្កេតឃើញថាខ្ញុំម្នាក់ឯងចំពោះមុខអស់លោកត្រូវបានគេកាត់ទោសជានិមិត្តរូបជាជាងតាមអង្គើប្រព្រឹត្តជាក់ស្ដែងរបស់ខ្ញុំក្នុងឋានៈជាបុគ្គលនោះទេ
Under the ultra-Maoist Khmer Rouge regime led by brother number 1, Pol Pot, some 2 million Cambodians died from overwork, starvation, and mass executions from 1975 to 1979. Khieu Samphan, one of the secretive regime's few public faces, was sentenced in 2018 by a UN-backed court to life in prison for genocide committed against ethnic minority Vietnamese. But his lawmakers have argued since Monday in day-long appeal hearings that the tribunal had taken a selective approach to witness testimony to convict him. Khieu Samphan claimed he was not part of killing machine that exterminated nearly a quarter of Cambodia's population, rejecting in forceful closing statements the label of murderer. but the court sentenced him to life in prison alongside brother number 2, Nuon Chea, who died in 2019 for genocide and a litany of other crimes, including forced marriages and rapes.
And the Thai government has secured the option to switch to AstraZeneca's new vaccine candidate. According to Thai PBS World, it's set to provide additional protection against new variants. We have more details from Diomerl Baldo joining us live from EBC Thailand Bureau. Hello, Diomerl.
Hello, Alma. Yes, that is true. Thailand ensured the option of using AstraZeneca's new vaccine candidate, which was tested to be more effective against emerging variants of the SARS-CoV-2, announced the government spokesperson Anucha Burapachasdi. This new vaccine is currently under development, but rollout contract is expected to be finalized by September of this year. AstraZeneca has confirmed during a meeting teleconference with Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha that it will exert more effort on delivering the vaccine of public demand and will aim to send the remaining doses by the end of this year. AstraZeneca's vaccines manufactured by Siam Bioscience in Thailand were the main COVID-19 vaccine for the country since it began the inoculation campaign in the late February. It can be recalled that last month, AstraZeneca has asked the government extension in the delivery timeline of 61 million doses of its COVID-19 vaccine by 5 months. A move likely to further disrupt the country's sluggish vaccine rollout. Currently, health statistics report that about 9% of Thailand's 66 million people have been fully vaccinated. Thailand government is bound to order additional 60 million doses the AstraZeneca next. Siam Biosciences was awarded a license by AstraZeneca last year to be a regional production hub, supplying 8 other countries despite having no experience in manufacturing the vaccines. It was earlier announced that Thailand, however, will impose limits on exports of the locally produced AstraZeneca vaccine because the country doesn't have enough supply for its own needs. Back to you, Alma.
Thank you very much, Diomerl, for your update. Please stay safe.
You too, reporting live from Bangkok, Thailand. I am Diomerl Baldo. We live in interesting times.
Now staying in the country, Thailand preps for safe reopening to foreign arrivals. We have Gladys Penuela for this update. Hi, Gladys.
Hello, Esther. A smart control in living with COVID-19 is an approved guideline that focuses on curbing the spread of the COVID-19 in Thailand for its safekeeping reopening. This involves giving vaccines to the maximum number of all who are at risk, free COVID-19 tests, developing a new vaccines with strictly following health protocols, and a rapid response mobile teams will be performing active visits to each residence in Bangkok, in its nearby provinces, in a proposal to have international disease control checkpoints by the land, sea, and air. According to Dr. Opar, the Disease Control Department Director General, quote, we will now have to learn to live with COVID-19 with the knowledge that COVID will be an endemic disease. This has been come up as Thailand's COVID-19 outbreak is evidently decelerating. He also mentioned that a bubble seal or bubble and seal method will be carried out for factories. If more than 10% of workers in a factory are found infected, these people will be isolated in a field hospital while others can continue to work, but they need to stay at workplace for 28 days before heading to their families. Therefore, the factories will not be closed for the reason, and the people who are not infected will still get paid. The CCSA will start assessing the situation of the country in September, especially the provinces under dark red zones, if the continuation of lockdown measure is still applicable or can be lifted. Back to you, Esther.
Thank you, Gladys, for all your updates. Please stay safe there in Bangkok.
You too. And here from Thailand, Gladys Penuela reporting, we live in interesting times.
Okay, we have breaking news coming in to We have to toss you to Laila Tumanan for some breaking news to our other studio. Laila, please come in.